Hello and welcome to this video on finding the highest common factor and lowest common multiple of two numbers. So the highest common factor is called the HCF because obviously you've got the letters there, HCF, and the lowest common multiple is referred to as the LCM. So you are finding the HCF and LCM of two numbers in this video. If you haven't already done so, I recommend that you watch the video on prime factors, so finding out what numbers are as products of their prime factors first before you watch this video. Okay, let's have a look at an example. So example number 1 says work out the highest common factor, HCF, and lowest common multiple, LCM, of 24 and 56. Okay, so you need to start out by working out what these numbers are as products of their prime factors. So let's do that really quickly. So 24 is 3/8. 3 is prime, 8 is not. 8 is 4, lots of 2. 2 is prime, 4 is not. Keep going. 4 is 2 times 2. 56 is 7/8. 7 is prime, 8 is not. Keep going on this side. And I get the following. So as a product of its prime factors, so 24 is 3 times 3 times 2 times 2, or 2 cubed times 3. And 56 is 7 times 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 cubed times 7. So to find out the highest common factor and lowest common multiple of these two numbers, we need to use a Venn diagram, which looks like this at the top here. So I'm going to draw myself a Venn diagram. Make sure it's quite big, because you're going to need to put some digits in there. And one of those circles relates to one of your numbers, in this case 24, and the other circle relates to the other number, in this case 56. So what goes in the overlap is what is common in both of these trees, okay? So what's common to both of these trees? Just give myself that room back there. Well, we've got a 2 there and a 2 there. Because they're common to both trees, I just need to put one of those 2's in there. This 2 is common to both trees, so again, I only need to put in 1, 2. And this is common, and this is common, so I need to put 1, 2 there. So I've got 3 2's in the overlap, and what is left over here is a 3, so I'm going to put 3 there for the 24. And what is left on the 56 tree? It's just that 7 there. So how do we calculate the HCF and the LCM? Well, you can see up here the HCF, it is the yellow bit in the middle. Okay, so the overlap. What does that actually mean I do? Well, I have to multiply the numbers in the overlap. So I'm multiplying those numbers in the overlap, 2 times 2 times 2, and that gives me that my HCF is 8. My LCM, lowest common multiple, is, as you can see up here, the whole of the Venn diagram is coloured in, which means I need to multiply all of my numbers, including the ones in the overlap. So 3, that green 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, these are the bits in the overlap, and that 7 on the right-hand side, so all of them. Well, I've just found out that this is 8, and I know that 8 times 7 is 56, so actually all I need to do now is multiply it by that 3 that's up there, and that gives me 168. So my LCM of those two numbers is 168, okay? Lots of students get these things mixed up, the HCF and the LCM, but if you're thinking about it logically, the highest common factor is the number that divides into these numbers, okay? So it's a factor, it goes into these numbers, okay? So it's going to be smaller than those numbers itself. The lowest common multiple, however, if you think about that word multiple, It's the multiple of 24 and 50. It's the lowest common multiple of those two numbers together. So it's going to be a bigger number, okay? Hence it's 168. Okay, example number 2. Work out the highest common factor and lowest common multiple of 36 and 60. So again, quick breakdown. 36 is 9 fours. Neither of those are prime. Let's keep going. 2 times 2 and 3 times 3. So 2 squared times 3 squared. 60 is 5 12s. 5 is prime, 12 is not. And that is 60. Okay, so I'm going to draw a Venn diagram because I'm trying to find the HCF and LCM. This one refers to the 36, this one to the 60. What's in the overlap? What is common to each tree? Well, there's a 2 there and a 2 there, so I'm going to put 1, 2 in the overlap. There's a 2 there and a 2 there, so that means I can put another one of those in there. And there's a 3 there and a 3 there. So that goes in the overlap. Okay, what is left? Well, this one is left here. So I'm going to put a 3 there. That's that one there. And I'm going to cross that one out. And then I've got a 5 left here on its own. So that's going to go like that. Okay, so HCF, remember, is the product, multiplication of the numbers on the overlap. 2 times 2 times 3, which is 4 times 3, which is 12. 12 is the highest common factor. Lowest common multiple is, again, those overlaps and the 3 and the 5. So 3 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. All the numbers multiplied together. Well, I've got the middle bit was 12. 12 times 5 is 60. And 60 multiplied by 3 is 180. So 180. Example number 3. Work out the highest common factor and lowest common multiple of 128 and 320. I'm going to show you a little neat trick on your calculator for finding out the product of the prime factors of these two numbers really quickly. Now, bear in mind this is on a non-calculator paper, but just for example purposes, I'm going to show you how to do it on your calculator for quickness with this particular question. So 128, so type in 128 on your calculator. 128, press equals, and then press the shift button followed by this button here, which you might be able to see in small writing says fact. And 128 comes out to be 2 to the power 7. So 128 is 2 to the power 7. If I do the same thing now with 320, so type in 320 equals shift fact, and you get the following. 320 is equal to 2 to the power 6 multiplied by 5. So what that means I can now do, if I take that away, what it means I can now do is I can find out the highest common factor and lowest common multiple really, really quickly. So I can put this like this, and I've got loads of 2's in the overlap. Okay, so here, if I look at these 2's, I'm going to have 6 2's in the overlap. So imagine this is the 128, and this is the 320. I'm going to have 6 of those in the overlap. There's going to be a 5 left over here, and another 2 left on here. Okay, so the HCF is all of those multiplied together, or 2 times 2, or 2 to the power 6, and 2 to the power 6 is 64. And the LCM is all of them multiplied together, so times that 64 by another 2, and another 5. And you get the LCM is 640. Okay, example number 4. Work out the largest whole number that will divide exactly into both 90 and 144. So, largest whole number is code for HCF. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, so 90. Quickly, let's do the prime factor decomposition for that. So 9 times 10, 9 is 3 times 3, and 10 is 5 times 2. 144 is obviously 12 times 12, 6 times 2, and 3 times 2. Okay, let's do a Venn diagram for these. So we've got 90 and 144. What have we got in the overlap? So we've got a 2 here and a 2 here. That's one there. We've got a 3 here and a 3 here. And we've got another 3 here and another 3 there. And is there anything else that is common? No. You can fill in the other bits if you wish, but actually we know we've only got to find the highest common factor, but I'm just going to put them in anyway. So the 5 goes there, and we've got a 2, a 2, and a 2 here. So a 2, a 2, and a 2 there. But we know from the questions is to work out the largest whole number, which is code for HCF. So I'm just going to be doing 2 times 3 times 3. So 2 times 3 times 3, which is 2 lots of 9, which is 18. So 18 is the highest common factor of those two numbers. Example 5. Now, this is a really popular exam style question, which is basically asking you to find the LCM. So let's have a look at the question. Cameron takes 84 seconds to complete each lap of the cycling track. Mark takes 70 seconds to complete each lap of the same cycling track. If they start together, after how many seconds will they next be together? Okay, and there are some keywords there which give this away. So it says if they start together, after how many seconds will they next be together? And that is code for the LCM. So just for quickness here, I'm going to use my calculator to tell me what each of these are as products of their prime factors. Whoops, I've written 74 rather than 70 there. So I'm going to write these quickly as products of their prime factors using my calculator just for speed, but you need to obviously be able to do this using a prime factor tree because it is on a non-calculated paper. So that has come up as 2 times 5 times 7, obviously 10 times 7 is 70, and 84 is 2 squared, or 2 times 2, times 3 times 7. Okay, and I'm going to do a Venn diagram. This is going to be 70, this is going to be 84. And what's in the overlap? Well, we've got a 2 there and a 2 here. I'm going to cross off the power, okay, because remember 2 squared means 2 times 2, so I'm just going to cross that power off because I've still got that 2 there. And what else is in the overlap? Well, there's a 7 that is common to both as well. 7's common to both. What's left? Well, what is left is a 5 on the 70 and on the 84 there is a 3 and that 2, so don't forget that. Okay. This question is asking us for the LCM because it says after how many seconds will they next be together? So I'm multiplying all of them together. So 5 times 2 times 7 times 3 times 2. So all of those multiplied together gives me 420 seconds. Okay, so they will not be together again, exactly together again at the same time for another 420 seconds. Example 6. Bob starts a new tube of toothpaste every 60 days. Ben starts a new tube of toothpaste every 42 days. If they both start a new tube on January 1st, how many days are there until they next start a new tube on the same day? Okay, and again, this is code. Oops, not like that. Until they next start a new tube on the same day. This is code for LCM. Okay, so 60, if we break 60 down as a product of its prime factors, 60 is 5 times 12, 5 is prime, 12 is not, 2 times 6, and 3 times 2. And 42 is 7 sixes. So Venn diagram, let's call this one 60, this one 42. What's in the overlap? Well, there's a 2 there and a 2 there, 3 there and a 3 there. And that is it. So what's left on the 60? There's a 2 and a 5. And there's a 7 there. So how many days are there until they next start a new tube on the same day? That is code for LCM. So I've got 2 times 5, which is 10. Just so you know what I'm doing here, I'm doing all of them multiplied together, remember, because it's all of them. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 10 is 60. And then 60 times 7 is 420. Okay, so how many days are there until the next start a tube on the same day? 420 days. 7. Written as products of their prime factors, 45 is 3 squared times 5, and 240 is 2 to the power 4 times 3 times 5. Work out the largest whole number that will divide exactly into both 45 and 240. The largest whole number, that is code for HCF. So I'm just going to do a Venn diagram. I've been given the prime factor decomposition, so that's already done for me. All I need to do is the Venn diagram. That's 45, that's 240. I've got, I'm just going to write this out. So it's 3 squared times 5, that one. And this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. What is common to both? A 3 and a 5. And that's all that's common to both. So I'm going to put my remaining 2's over here. And a 3 over here. Largest whole number is code for the HCF, which of course is the overlap, the multiplication, the product of the overlap. 3 times 5, which is 15.
And here are some questions for you to have a go at yourself. So grab some paper or your maths book, have a go at these, pause the video to do those questions, and restart the video to see the answers. And here are the answers. Well done for having a go at those.